week and a half after devastating flooding, we'll show you those helping families in need in Martin County.
The flooding here was about to this level right here, so we have to take down basically the whole wall.
A massive cleanup awaits those preparing to get Lake Cumberland ready for the summer boating season.
Snow showers, travel issues, and then a warmer weekend. The wild weather pattern continues, and those details now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Some of you could wake up to snow on the ground. Others might only see a few flakes. It depends on where you live, but roads could get slick in parts of our region overnight. Chief Meteorologist Andrew Dockery begins our Severe Weather Alert Day coverage. Andrew?
Yeah, Steve, just stepped outside. Right now in Perry County, a lot of it's just more flurries. You can look up and you see more falling, but the drier air winning out for now. And until we get some of these higher dew points, I think it's going to be the story until around 11, 12 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look outside the front porch. Obviously, you could see plenty of cloud cover. That's the story up to the north, where I think in Rowan County, they're going to be looking at some of the higher totals with 1 to 2, maybe even 2+ inches of snow. And you'll notice some of these flurries still working through. And I think really just what's working through now is just what we're going to get started with for tonight. Notice that winter weather advisory that goes through Friday morning. The bulk of the activity will be 11 p.m. and after, all the way through 9 a.m. tomorrow. And you'll notice that 1 to 2 inch band includes really Morgan County, Breathitt County, Wolfe County, Powell County, Rowan County. A good chunk of our viewing area was still down to the south. Dusting potential certainly there. Of course, Steve will break down when you can expect this and also when conditions will clean up coming up here in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Communities in Martin County are still dealing with the aftermath of devastating flooding more than a week and a half ago. The Tomahawk community was hit especially hard. Some homes were flooded with not just inches, but feet of water. But volunteers are out in full force. WYMT's Connor James shows us one group doing all they can to help.
Scattered in this backyard,
it's just heartbreaking. It's a lot of sentimental stuff.
Is a story.
Yeah.
Many homes in this community,
they were just debris. There was still water.
Are becoming familiar with.
It's heartbreaking to deal with things like this.
But this story isn't about the destruction flooding left behind. No, it's about the hope.
They have neighbors helping neighbors.
People like Robin Renner with the Christian Appalachian Project have brought in.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for.
More than 5 feet of water filled this basement.
The flooding here was about to this level right here, so we have to take down basically the whole wall.
For William Grisales,
okay, cool.
Yeah. A Dumont, New Jersey native, what 5 feet of flooding caused.
I think so. Yeah.
Took him and others only 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
To remove.
The insulation and the walls would start to grow mold if you don't take it down and replace it.
But there's lessons learned.
And also to hear the stories of the families as well, what they have to tell us. There's always something to learn from everyone, and so it's really been an honor to do that. It feels great. It feels like you're making a difference.
The lady this morning said that she's been bragging to everybody about how hard they were working. They got an entire room cleaned out less than a half an hour.
A half hour of work.
They would have had to do it themselves.
For a lifelong memory of help.
They have been so grateful.
And camaraderie that these volunteers will get to hang on to.
Yeah.
In Martin County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
That was just one of the many houses workers with the Christian Appalachian Project have helped with. We have more information on CAP if you go to our website, WYMT.com. Buckhorn Lake is now at about 818 feet. This is video of the lake from last week when it was quite a bit higher. The Army Corps of Engineers Louisville District says the lake continues to fall. The gates are still set at maximum capacity. Winter pool is 757 feet. The lake level fell just short of breaking an all-time record at its peak. It is a terrible sight. Trash and debris has covered many areas where Lake Cumberland reached record heights and has now receded. But the cleanup is on hold until the lake lowers even more. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the tremendous job awaiting many on Kentucky's third largest lake.
We've got a major undertaking in front of us.
Burnside and Waitsboro Landing are known as the settling areas where the Cumberland River empties into the lake.
Oh yeah, you know, we've made history here. So.
A record height for Lake Cumberland, but more water brings more trash. At Waitsboro Landing, you can't even see the road, the parking lot, or the boat ramp. And Burnside Marina has its own problems.
Gosh, I don't know that you can put a number on it, sir. I mean, it's just going to be dumpsters and dumpsters and dumpsters.
I asked the resource manager when the cleanup will begin and how long it's going to take, and he couldn't tell me an answer to either question. They're simply waiting on Lake Cumberland to go down even more.
We hopefully it's receding because, you know, everybody's parking lots, ramps are all underwater right now. So.
And all this debris could lead to damage.
A generator or an engine can suck that up, and of course, it's like your car, it's going to overheat and shut down. You know.
There's a bit of worry with the clock ticking down to summer.
We've got a season starting up here about 60 days or so, a little more, and we've got to get cleaned up and get ready for the people to come down and enjoy Lake Cumberland. We've got plenty of water for them right now, that's for sure.
A lot of water is usually a good thing on this lake. Now many just want some of it to go away. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
While most boat ramps are still closed, we are told it is possible to put a boat in the water at several ramps and marinas in Wayne County. A jury is now seated in a Harlan County murder trial, but now that is actually being held in Bell County. They moved it there earlier this week. Shelby Shell is accused of killing former Everett's Mayor Ronnie King in 2013 and then setting King's home on fire. Following Shell's arrest in 2013, he told us he was innocent. Here's part of that interview.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'll beat it in court because I will, you know, because, I mean, I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no evidence on me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't done nothing.
Jurors were told to return Monday when opening arguments will begin. Next week, we could learn more about what led to a Knox County murder. In January, police say Philip Lee Lewis shot Gary Medlin at A&B Quick Stop. This is video of Lewis during an interview earlier this week. He told us someone framed him. Now today, Lewis pleaded not guilty in district court. A preliminary hearing is set for next Tuesday. Today, a judge delayed the arraignment for Elwood 6. Last month, a grand jury in Martin County upgraded charges against him. He now faces a first-degree manslaughter charge. 6 was initially indicted for second-degree manslaughter. Investigators say he killed Rodney Stepp in 2017. His new arraignment date is set for March 15th. Kentucky lawmakers are done for the day. There are only a few days left in this session, but there are still a few hot-button bills still on the table, but those will have to wait. Angela Reigert is at the Capitol tonight, where teachers are leaving disappointed.
Teachers are going home again tonight, not knowing what their retirement board will look like. It was a sea of red again at the Capitol, the second day in a row that the state's largest district, Jefferson County Public Schools, closed. Several bills dealing with education, including House Bill 525, prompting sick-outs. If passed, 525 would reorganize the nominating and election process for the Teachers Retirement System Board, something educators say doesn't need to be done, claiming their way of doing things has worked for decades. With time running out in the session, teachers plan to be here until the very end, many saying they're scared not to be.
Until the last day of the session is over, I don't feel safe after, you know, considering there's a majority in the House and the Senate. I just don't think they're here for public education anymore.
I hope nothing sneaky is going to happen, like with the sewer bill. We need to know. We all want to get on with life. Our students, our parents want to get on with life.
While time is tight, these bills could still have movement. Lawmakers are off tomorrow and Monday. For now, reporting in Frankfort, Angela Reigert, WKYT.
And with only a handful of days left in the session, several high-profile bills are still up for a vote. Of course, we'll continue to follow it in Frankfort. Also in the state capitol, Representative Chris Harris is calling on Governor Bevin to help out the Martin County Water District. Yesterday, the House adopted House Resolution 108. It is an official request for the governor to declare a state of emergency for the failing water district. Harris said without help, it is unlikely the district can survive, even though they have made progress.
The system is failing. The health, safety, and welfare of the residents of Martin County are at stake here. This is an emergency situation. The system has failed the people of Martin County, and they have no other choice but to look to us for some assistance.
Last year, people in Martin County went weeks without water, and they have faced issues this year despite some improvements. First Lady Glenna Bevin will be in Laurel County tonight at the Corinth Baptist Church in London. She is speaking on behalf of her organization, Uniting Kentucky, which focuses on foster care and adoption. Officials at the event say close to 10,000 children are in out-of-home care in the state. Now, these events encourage local families to foster or adopt. They say these children are much more likely to succeed in life and lead healthier lives with support from the community. That event begins at 7. We'll have much more at 11 tonight.
And the warmer temperature is going to be the big story for us. You'll notice we get into the 60s, but we do have to pay for something. More rain on the way. Those details in 3 minutes.
Plus, the Letcher County business is set to close soon. Hear about their challenges and what it's meant to serve the community.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tip to 5757. Service is provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Take it to the bank during Sports Overtime on Friday night, sponsored by Citizens Bank of Kentucky.
Introducing Kentucky Lottery's newest edition, Kentucky's Quick Bucks. 2 ways to play for a top prize of $50,000. Choose 4 numbers in the Kentucky Ball, or pick the wheel bet for a guaranteed minimum win of $2. Kentucky's Quick Bucks. It's new, it's nightly, and it's nowhere but Kentucky.
How do we make the future of energy ours? By knowing who we are, where we're going. By remembering the roads we've traveled. While developing new paths of our own. At Kentucky